So the first thing you're going to want to do to combat battery issues in the winter is make sure to clean your terminals. So do both positive and negative. Clean them off with a wire brush, and then you can always spray WD-40 on there, and that'll actually keep them looking good. Because if you keep them, or if you have them with corrosion on them, it's actually going to inhibit the battery from staying charged, and it's also going to inhibit the electrical conduction, so it won't be able to start your car as well. So make sure to keep both of your terminals clean. Next up, a thing most people probably don't think about is actually changing your oil. If you change your oil before it starts to get cold out, that will greatly affect the battery wear, because in order to get the engine going, the battery has to have a big enough jump in order to get it going. So if your oil is older, it's going to be thicker, and in order to get that going, you're going to need a lot more voltage to get it going. So if you change your oil right before you go into winter, it'll be more viscous, it'll be thinner, so therefore it won't take as much from the battery in order to get that going. Some other things that you might not think about is actually more about summer care. Your battery more dies from the summer heat than it does from the winter. It's just the winter is when it pretty much shows its effects. So pretty much whatever you can do to keep your vehicle out of the heat, just do whatever you can. If you can keep it in a garage, that's fantastic. That'd be really good for your vehicle. Because if this sits in the sun, the liquid inside of it is actually going to evaporate, and that's when it shows in the winter, when it needs that extra oomph to get started. That's going to show that your battery is actually pretty worn out from the summer heat. So if you can't keep it in a garage, try to keep it covered, and just to protect and keep the heat inside, and try to keep it out of the cold and the ice. That's one of the major things. Some other things, just try not to use a lot of electrical stuff in your vehicle. Don't use the radio and the heater and all these things that use a lot of electricity or a lot of voltage, because that's going to drain the battery faster. And one last thing is, make sure to take your vehicle on like longer drives, the little short drives to the grocery store and back, or the post office, whatever. It really doesn't give the alternator enough time to charge your battery up. So you need to go on at least a 20-30 minute drive every couple days in order to keep this battery fully charged, so you don't have any issues in the winter.